Hi, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chad. Welcome back. It is 2021 finally, so Happy New Year to everyone out there. It is a year of potential and of suspicion. And what better way to start than a book that makes most people who look at it go, Let's get our hands all over remembering the Kana. 2020 was a huge year for me, for my channel, that we hit 18,000 of you beautiful bastards out there just looking at me and making me self-conscious about how sweaty I get on camera. And I welcome you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for checking out my little niche of the internet. In fact, there are so many people that I don't even know, by the way, new fans that sent me stuff to review that I have months of content now that I can study and backlog and put out whenever I want. So thank you so much for supporting me, for supporting my channel, supporting what I do here by giving me stuff to review. And I figured what better way to start the year than on one of the books that makes people not uncomfortable but skeptical. A book made by the great James Heisig. If you guys know anything about remembering the Kanji, whether you love it, whether you hate it, it is a system that everyone in the Japanese community has heard about or has used at some point or another. He has another book, Remembering the Kana. Now, I'm sure like many of you, you look at me and go, Chad, why does this warrant a book? I agree with you, I don't know, and frankly I didn't know, which is why I wanted to review it. I wanted to put my sensuous hands all over this text to see, is it freaking worth it? Is this worth the, whatever it is, $11 it costs on Amazon, although I got my copy for $4. Is this something that, if you're struggling trying to remember the kanji at an early level, is $4 or $11 worth it for you? Well, we won't know till I get my hands on it, so let's run over to the hands-on table. Hi-ho. Hey, what's going on, everybody? With me this week is Remembering the Kanji by Heisig. He's the guy that did the Remembering the Kanji 1, 2, and 3, of which I have reviews on my channel as well. This one claims that you can learn Kana in 3 hours each. Hiragana and katakana, 6 hours total. I ended up picking up this book for, I think, $4 used on Amazon, but usually they're about $11 US. Quick disclaimer before I open any of the pages, I'm only going to show you what is absolutely necessary to give you guys what I consider an adequate review, just to show you the pieces of the book that I need without showing any extra, any excess, so that way you guys can see what the book contains. Is it for you? And if it is for you, please, please, please go support Heisig. I get no money for this review. I'm just supporting the book. So if any of you guys actually want to go buy this, please go support him legally. Go purchase it on Amazon or anywhere that this book is actually available. And thank you so much for watching. So, I'm sure many of you are like me. Why do you need a separate book just for Kana? I personally learned it through an app. It took me about 3 or 4 days for Hiragana and katakana. But I do know that there are people that struggle just learning it through repetition or through writing. Sometimes having something like Anki or Memorize helps, you know, having some sort of mnemonic or maybe whatever textbook system you guys use has it. So what place does this play? Is this really worth it? What do I think about the book? I have mixed feelings. So let's start with this. Much better. All right, so looking inside, let's go to A, shall we? Let's say, oh look, here. It says Introduction to Hiragana, right? So you come over here. Oh yeah, we start at A. This makes sense. A, U, A, O, whatever. But take a look right here. You should now be in the middle of lesson 1? What? This is the opening pages. Introduction, part 1, Hiragana, and then this is the general introduction to the book, how am I supposed to be halfway in already if you keep reading? If you are not, go at once to page 55 and start from the beginning. I'm on page 5 here. So this, although it is at the start of the book, is not the beginning. He makes you go all the way to 55, so let's jump over there. Wow! So the actual how to use the lesson is after the lesson, for some reason. Now, I'm pretty sure I can tell you guys what all this comes from, and I'll explain it on just the real page. So really, what you then have to do is go back to page 5, start from here again, all the way to part 2, katakana, and you go, okay, well, this can't be as bad, right? Alright, general introduction, makes sense, starting. Okay, we're on A again. Oh no! The disclaimer. Like, it's the book, the way it's formatted is nonsense. Just put all the starting stuff at the beginning. That is not that hard. Other than that, it does show you all the hiragana, all the katakana. There's nothing to complain about. It does show you how to use the voiced and, how do they call the, plosive mark. I learned something new today. Other than that, on each page, same as that example I showed earlier, the kana there, how it's phonetically pronounced, where the kana came from. Again, probably not something a beginner would care about, but something that's interesting for someone that knows all those kanji already. He gives you a little bit of an image or a sound to call to mind, like a sound. He even gives you a few pronunciations on the bottom here. You can see on, like on top of, father, right? Gives you a few examples of how they're written, which I think would be obvious to anyone with two brain cells to rub together. A couple different uses of it with no explanation. He gives you romanji, but not what it means for some reason, but that's okay. And he does that for all of them. I mean, you can see this book clearly. It's not missing any. It's not, like, detrimental. I'm just having a hard time finding out who this might actually be for. It does show you how to write them. I mean, at the end of the day, when I look at this book, right, I'm seeing someone who has tried just writing it over and over again. It doesn't work. Someone that has tried to, I don't know, maybe they've tried, like, some of the free apps on YouTube. You know, how about this? If you're watching this review right now and you're thinking about buying this, maybe you found me because you were trying to see a review of this. By the way, welcome. Hope you stick around for a while. Let me give you some advice as someone that's been there. Very first thing you should probably try and do. There are some really great resources on the iPhone and Android App Store, for free, by the way, that are helping you learn these. They teach you mnemonics, they teach you how they sound, they even have audible stuff, like they have stuff you can listen to hear a native pronounce it, which is very, very helpful. And a lot of them have some form of SRS built in, which is a spaced repetition system. It's a flashcard system that really helps you not hate flashcards as bad. If that doesn't work, and I understand for some people maybe that's not the thing, use whatever your main method of learning Japanese is. So if you're in a textbook, there's usually some sort of section in there that'll teach you how to do it. Or if you're in a classroom, maybe follow your teacher's instructions. But if you've tried both of those, if you've tried apps, SRS systems, and even like your textbook, your classroom is just not cutting it, then I would maybe recommend, picking this up, $4 used, $11 new. Maybe this could be the thing that finally breaks you through. But if you are someone who's just starting out and you're trying to see, maybe I should start from here, I highly recommend you save the money, just get a few free apps. I bet for probably 70 to 80% of people, that'll be more than enough. For the remaining 20%, you know, your textbook, your classroom, they'll have a way for you to handle that. And then maybe for that last 5 to 10%, maybe at that point, you might want to check out this book. But you definitely should check out Heisig's other books, his Remembering the Kanji 1, 2, and 3. I personally own 1 and 3, and they were instrumental. But that's just me. I mean, this is just a quick review of, honestly, a pretty thin book. What do you guys think? In fact, why don't we go to the outro real quick so we can actually hear what you all think. So yeah, that's Remembering the Kana. I think most people probably won't use this. Not that it's a bad thing to have on a shelf necessarily, but for the people that actually will end up needing or using this book, I think it actually does what it says it's supposed to do, and for a relatively affordable price. At least way more affordable than the Remembering the Kanji series. But that's just me, right? Like, I'm one little voice here. Why don't you tell me what you thought? Maybe you have some ideas about this book that I can't even conceive of. So leave those in the comment box down below. If you like this video, be sure to like it down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments about me, this book, the channel, anything, leave them in the comment box down below. I do personally read all of them. You can catch me at That's My Chad Zimmerman on all other platforms. You can check out my books on Amazon. I have links in the description. I also have a Learn Kanji with Yokai book that is going to be coming out here shortly. For all you beautiful hipster fly fishermen, and for anyone that has a beautiful hipster fly fisherman in their family, check out Zimcar Rodco down below. And just for anyone that added a book or bought a book on my Amazon textbook review wish list, I just want to say thank you guys so much. You are amazing, and you allow me to keep doing cool stuff like this. Shout outs to the patrons. That's about it. Enough of the shameless self-promotion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love hard, love deep, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye. I wish to wish all of my subscribers a hearty and psychic farewell, for this is my subscriber-only outro. So if you would like to hear what I'm thinking right now, penis, you must be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Oi o sali gulo me da penis paluze.